How's it going, everybody? So there's a million videos out for making concrete out of styrofoam, and I got my bench work all done here for the layout. Everything's 2 foot by 4 foot modules basically, and kind of nice to work on. Something pretty sturdy. I got my shelves up, preliminary stages of lighting. The Christmas lights aren't staying. I just wanted to see what they look like. Those are not the right type of lights. But the LEDs up under the shelves are pretty good. We're going to get the shelves painted up, do some more organizing, and get going on extending the shop, and then having maybe the asphalt plant right here in the center module, and then maybe like a quarry type of situation with some stockpiles and in the end corner down here. And just looking at the space here, I'm thinking, you know, I'll probably end up wrapping around the other side of the room if I want to get into like multiple truck bays like I had set up before. But I don't even want to get into anything like too super permanent, because I like to change it up. So if I want to swap out, you know, say don't have an asphalt plant, say have a scrap steel yard or logging operation or whatever, you know, you can always swap it out and keep it kind of modular and movable. And you know, maybe you want to change the configuration of your yards or your setups or whatever. But that's why I'm just using regular old latex. I think it's like exterior house paint. What is this stuff here? Yeah, it's bare, just satin finish, interior latex, I think it is. Yeah, magnetic gray, that's what it is. I think it was from the bathroom on our house, but it was like leftover paint. So what I've been doing with the foam, I got some packaging foam, if you can see it, out of again, like a big screen TV, just save all that stuff. And I've been putting texture to it. Basically, I don't know, this is a chunk that I cut off my deck. That my deck is the, you know, that composite plastic wood crap. I don't know, hopefully you can see it. Let me see in the camera here. Yeah. So that was a piece, I don't know, I trimmed it off somehow and it's split, but it's like super sharp. You can see that it's like razor sharp right there. So I've just been kind of using that, like, oops. And I even painted it up because I was thinking about using it as like a drilled piece of concrete or something, which you can do. But it's really sharp, so it can put a good imprint in the foam, and like chip the corners and stuff up. I'll show you a piece that I did here. Check that out. You know, you see how it like rips where they would pull like the form wood off the concrete when you pour a wall. And we'll do some washes on that. You know, took some chips out of the corner. Not so much use the backside, which, I mean, you could if you want, but it's got like a weird bunch of lines on it. But that one there looks kind of better. And then the I don't even know what you call that, like cellulose type foam, maybe regular old styrofoam. I know some people like to use it, some people don't, but it's not bad for concrete because of the little pinholes in it. So once you paint it up, let me see, hopefully, yeah, like once you get it painted up, you can see like the texture, and then you can put like washes, you know, down in the recesses or whatever into the chips, and go as far as you want weathering it. I mean, you could like mix up some super thin grout and do different textures on there, but I'm not going to go too crazy. I'll probably put multiple washes on here, get it weathered up pretty decent. Use these for like corner columns for my asphalt plant. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I like to keep like building blocks on hand that you can kind of like swap out and use for whatever. You know, you can stand them up like columns, like precast columns. I mean, they're super handy. So just keep this stuff, you know, you think it's garbage, but man, when you get a coat of paint on it, you start weathering it up, you can use it for all kinds of stuff. Like you can see the shop over here. Like I said in my previous videos, that was more like the end pieces of the big screen TV. and then they look like shop bay doors. So I just used like corrugated paper and made some overhead doors. I'll try to pan around on my looking at the original shop here so that you could see those are going to be like concrete walls. And then that's the shop right there. I just put the front of the scraper in there just for size comparison, just to rough it in, you know. I'm going to extend that. I'm going to take that wall out right there. That wall's coming out. And I think the extension of this shop is going to be right to where that piece of wood under there. And that piece of wood is the base to an old, that was like a TV stand, bookcase combo thing that I demoed out, but it's pretty sturdy and it had those feet on it, so it's kind of elevated. And I'll do some kind of ramp off the end here down to grade level where the asphalt plant's going to be, so it'll kind of develop itself as I go along. But I just wanted some water feature, so there's my water. It's an old piece of plexiglass. Just did some like paint work on it, and then I hit it with like clear Mod Podge diluted. That buoy, like that mooring buoy right there, is like an old bell to some dog collar or cat collar I found out in my yard mowing, so I just painted it up orange like a buoy. That was like a half shot of a off-road tire. That was like an air bubble in there, so it's just half, but I just threw it down in the water like it would be, you know, came off somebody rolled it out of the shop mistakenly. And those are going to be, what you're looking at is pill bottles, but they're going to be concrete piers. So the actual shop would be like half over the water, and then underneath there the land will come up. You see where the rocks start right there? I'll taper it up with some foam and bring the grade up. And then I'm thinking about, I don't know, I might have a little boat, like just like a work boat or something, moored off the corner of the shop. So let me kind of back this out a little bit. That's not good. So what we're looking at is once something like this, and I'm holding this with one hand, the camera with one hand, and there. Okay. So it'll look something like that, right? You can get that in. See how that shop looks like it's on a pier like that? Like with all those pilings and stuff drilled in there and poured. And then run that water up to the edge, and maybe I'll pour some resin or something in between those pilings up underneath the shop, almost like it's suspended out over the water a little bit. But like a big old concrete slab, super heavy duty, like a wharf type of situation. And then that corrugated metal will be like an adjacent building, and maybe I'll do like a block building on the back wall right there, just so it looks like super industrial area, you know. Don't know whether I'm going to go with a flat roof. Maybe then an upper level to the building behind it, or like a scenic backdrop from like model railroad stuff. I don't know, we'll see if we can work something out like that, like industrial backdrop. But yeah, it's coming together slowly but surely. But that makes pretty good concrete once I get some washes and stuff on it. And I kind of dig, I was always trying to figure out what the hell I would do with these damn pill bottles, but man, they make nice columns in the 1/25th scale, like poured caissons or columns, you know, if you can envision that. So, sorry about the wobbly camera, but keep your foam, keep your tile. Hell, even for like a seawall, you know, if you set that down there, that would be great. Seawall up against the water, and just paint it up, you know, put 2-3 more washes and layers and different colors on it, and kind of bring it together. So I was also thinking about maybe something like this, like that, almost like a step right there, and then put a fence, like chain link fence, along the leading edge of that. So we'll figure something out. But let me roll back over here. It's nice to have the bench work done. You can see, so the top modules here are removable, and then your 2x4, my 2x4 bench work is underneath here. and it's spiked, it's screwed into the wall on both ends. It's like a 12-foot 2x4, but you could literally sit on this, so it's pretty sturdy. And I don't know how it's gonna go, but I might end up going around the room with it, you know, because I'm trying to get all my displayable trucks and builds in at like eye level. If like an adult comes in here and looks, you know, at eye level with like the 3 level of shelves there, and then the upper ones would be like storage for like restorable projects and all my shit I gotta strip down and redo. And that top shelf right there, I kind of like just quickly boogered those together because they were broke up pretty bad, but the stuff in the cases is pretty much done. I got to do some more organizing. Some stuff fell apart, transporting and all that. The lights will be different. Yeah, I got a lot of crap. So Tonkas are on the bottom. Eventually I'd like to get the Tonkas around the whole bottom line of the wall, you know, tucked up against the wall just so you can see them, or maybe way up top. I don't know. That's all my car stuff. So totally under construction here, a complete mess. That's all like my equipment and conversions I got to do, so I'll have a pretty decent sized yard. That's why I say I might be wrapping around for like the equipment yard, dozers, loaders, backhoes, track hose, the whole spiel. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room just on my bench work. It's pretty long. And what's cool about the bench work, I know it looks, I took the screen out of the window because when I take outside shots, I don't like the screen background in there. But it gives me good daylight. So I got all my stash up underneath there. Just excuse the messiness. We'll get it more and more organized, but it was like literally a total tear out of the whole room and kind of revamping the whole thing from what I had before. I had that big plan table kind of in the center where the window is there, but man, it was bulky, super heavy. This is a lot lighter and a lot stronger, and I can store more underneath it, so it's somewhat more organized. It doesn't look like it now, but we're working on that. You know, I'll get bored on doing the bench work and organizing, and then I'll start working a little on the shop, so things are starting to like take shape a little bit, you know, but it was a hell of a lot more messy in here before. Like I say, I might be going with some scale, like some model railroad backdrop poster. You can order them, I guess, and maybe do up the walls like Tree Line or Industrial City. I don't know. We'll figure something out. And I can pop that window out too. That's removable. So if I don't want those window bars in there, I want to take like a forced perspective shot with trees and stuff way in the background. We could do that too. I did save one of my bookshelves from where I had my trucks displayed in. I got rid of the other 2, well, the other 4 pieces. But there I organized all my scale autos and model magazines in there, so it's getting more organized. I got a tight space. I got to keep it like kind of organized. It's all my foam stuff. I took the door off the closet and laid it across the top to try to get more storage space. So it's kind of tight right now. The bench is a complete mess. The room's a complete mess. But we will work on, yeah, I've been, you know, before I ripped all this shit apart, I was doing a lot of shop tools and heaters and air compressors, working on everything. So now that I got this shop that's going to be extended, I can get my light squared away again in there, extend the floor out to, like I say, right about to about this level right here. And yeah, it'll be more spacious. I'll be able to get a semi in there. I'll have the water feature kind of on the side that I kind of always wanted a little bit of water. I just think it's cool. And like the basis of this is like New York City area where you got little tributaries, canals coming up. It could have been an old wharf that they turned into a shop, and that'll be tied in as part of the asphalt plant. If you can kind of envision that going right through here, doing it in 25th scale, it's, you know, it's pretty big, and the room's kind of smaller than what I need, so we're working with it. So just quickly, I'll give you a quick shot of just wiping on. That's done. that's done, stir up this paint, quickly lay some on there. I am painting inside here, because you never know, you might want to spin that around or use the face of it, whatever, so without making a super duty mess. Latex house paint's good. That's just like the preliminary coat primer. Kind of fills in some of the air bubbles and the foam, like the cells of the foam, so you can see it. You can't see that it's foam in every spot, but you do. It maintains some of the air holes that would be in like a concrete poured structure, you know, because concrete, you know, there's pits and stuff in it when they pour rough structural concrete. Usually, you can see plywood marks and stuff like that, or sonotube marks, whatever. If you can get some foam cylinders, you could do like sonotube pours, like piers and stuff like that. Whatever you're doing. Just wipe it in there and put it in kind of thick, because when it dries, it kind of sucks in a little bit with the latex paint. So yeah, don't be afraid to lay it on and then kind of stab it in. I just use these cheap shit foam brushes, because I just keep throwing that in a cup of water and use it over and over. Kind of the rattier they get, the better they are. And if you can see, some of that gets filled in, you know, as opposed just to open foam. So it is filled, and then if it dries, you can just like put a little texture on it too, you know, do all kinds of crap with it. Just fart around. You'll kind of get the hang of it. Kind of fun actually, because it goes a little bit quick, and you wind up with some nice structural concrete looking stuff. You know? Just dry brushing over that, you can see the texture just quickly. You know, so when you put your washes on underneath, hopefully it doesn't drop. Let me see if this is focused in the camera right. You see the texture, so I pressed like rocks in there, and then I used that sharp edges to just push it into the concrete, and then kind of rip some corners off. You know what I mean? So it looks like chunks removed. And there's tons and tons of videos on this. I've been watching a few, and I said, well, I didn't want to throw away the white, you know, it's the, I don't know, the regular styrofoam, the cellular styrofoam, because they were structural already. So I'm going, man, I can use that somehow. And then I do have the green. I do have the green foam over here, which I think for one of my backdrops, I'm gonna try to do like either brick or concrete block pattern on this for like an giant industrial building behind maybe the asphalt plant, or off in the distance of the quarry down at the end down here. So that I just got a little sheet of that 2x2 from Home Depot or Lowe's, whoever had it. They already had them pre-cut. But I need kind of a backdrop, you know, height-wise. You could do like rock, like a cliff type of thing, whatever, you know. We'll see as we go along. And don't really have anything like new model-wise to show you. Yeah, this is like a quick. This was a tow truck, but we're gonna make a uke out of that. So we'll see. It's a toy, but we'll try to do a conversion, just as something to set in the pit, like off in the back, weather it down, and maybe that'll be kind of cool. Put like a rock body on it. Excuse me. This I got from my buddy Ryan Padone. We're gonna make a nice single axle. Maybe put that on a Mac or something. Ryan's helped me out so much with plows, wings, and he always throws some goodies in for me. Nice, looks like 11/24/5 rubber. Extra 5-hole buds. He can't lug nuts, everything. Just beautiful stuff, man. And I guess he had that was AIT or American Industrial Truck Models. Single axle dump box he had, but I'm surely gonna put that on something. Make it cool. Maybe a Mac or something. Armado DM. We'll see. Thank you, Ryan. You're the best, brother. What else? I think that's about it. Yeah, also, so quickly, briefly, we're running low on time. This is more of the, that's more of the regular styrofoam. Just did that like in a brick red. Probably needs a couple more coats. Maybe I'll put some brick texture on that. I don't know. Might go with gray for a bigger concrete wall. And this here, look at that texture on that. So this is foam expansion joint from our concrete crews at work. And I'm telling you, I've been looking at this. Let's see something. Let's just do a light dry brush on that. Just light, right? Check that out, man. Wow, like instant concrete wall. Look at that, if you can see it. Instant wall, instant concrete wall, instant stone, whatever. So I'm going to try to get some more of that stuff. That's the foam expansion joint for between concrete sidewalk stones that the guys just had laying in the back of the pickup. My inspector got that for me, and I'm telling you, that's sweet. You know, just roughly. So, all right, well, I'm going to roll, get some more painting done, and I'll give another update. We'll get going more on the shop. I'll extend that shop out, and I'll put out another video for that and start putting some of the tools and the heater and the shop stuff I've been working on. We'll get that aligned on the shop. My big air compressor, I'll paint that up, get a manifold going, and get some air tools plugged into it, get some lights back in the shop, and extend it like I was talking about. I got to make some more PBR, the Purling Barren Ridge siding, metal siding, so we can line the shop with that too. So, all right, over on time. Later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the likes. You guys are great. You ask great questions. I don't always get back to them like soon, but I try to answer everyone. And I appreciate the support and watching my channel. So I'll keep pushing stuff out there. I know it's been a while, but I've been like super busy with work and stuff. But we'll keep getting the truck room situated, the diorama situated. It has like a half-shot tire right there, float tire. I'll put some mud, maybe some cattails growing in the center of it. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, so we're making progress. All right, be safe, be healthy. Peace out. Thanks for watching.